हाँ सब वाला
हाँ बोलो।
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, can you start the seminar?
ବାଦଲ ଆଜି କିଏ ହୋଷ୍ଟ କରିବ ନା ଜାସ୍ମିନ?
Sir, both. Mm.
ଆଚ୍ଛା
Sir, start करिए कि?
କର।
Okay, sir. Good morning, sir. A very warm welcome to today's Career Guidance and Industry Exposure Seminar. Good morning to the head of the Department of Computer Science, Engineering and Application, Dr. Srinivas Sethi, sir, and all my respected seniors, juniors, and my dear batchmates. I am Suchitra from MCA first year. It is my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Brijesh Baider, a proud alumnus of IGIT. He has 20 years of professional experience and brings extensive industry exposure. With his deep knowledge and practical insights, he has contributed significantly to the field. We are honored to have with you us today, sir. With this, I humbly request you to kindly begin the session. Thank you, sir.
Okay. First of all, good morning, everyone. And I'm very happy and excited that I'm here talking to you all. It feels like I'm back to the college days. So before I go into these sessions and everything, I just wanted to take a few moments. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Sethi sir, one being in touch and really doing a great work. I mean, if my early days, I think when I was in the college, sir, you joined, right? The college at one point of time and really help us to think through a lot of different things. But before I go and start talking through the slides and everything, I've prepared a few slides. I'll go through the details. But I would want to make this is very, very interactive sessions. Okay, this is not for me. This is for you, and I'm here to give it back to my college, my alumni. So please stop me and ask questions and be very interactive. And before I start, really, what do you expect from this session? What do you expect me to, so that I can fine tune my talk track and what I'm going to cover here? So I want to hear from you guys. Anyone wants to speak up?
Good morning, sir. Sir, we just expect that a clear guidance that how to join industry and how to survive in industry. As we are freshers, so these are our expectations.
Great. Good. And I'll share my journey. I went through that. I think I was in a similar state where you are right now, and I will share where I went through and what I got through. Okay. Anyone else wants to share their thought? Okay, so I'll get started. Can you guys see my screen here? Can you see a
Yes,
Yes,
presentation?
yes, yes.
yes, sir.
Yes.
It is visible.
Okay, so I'll go through this. I'm not very used to using uh, Google Meet, so bear with me. Can you hold on?
It is okay now.
Okay, no, it's kind of okay. Now it should be good, right? Uh, all right, I'll start. So what I'm going to cover today is I'll do my introduction. The intent of doing my introduction is that I want to share what I went through from my college to all the way to corporate. So what all the stages of my career I went through. So I'll share with that. I've been working on the go-to-market domain for last, I would say, 15 years now. So I'll share about go-to-market domain, what we do, what does it mean to you. Then I'll go to talk about your future-ready career. It means what do you need to do? What is how the industry is changing? What skills you need? What technology you should pick up? And my learning from there. And I leave some time for question answer. I really want you to guys ask me questions because I'm doing based on some assumptions that this would work, resonate for you all. But if you think this is too high level or too detailed, really tell me and ask me questions. This is entire 1 hour I'm dedicating to you guys. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So for me, I am a senior director at ServiceNow. If you don't know what is ServiceNow, ServiceNow is a SaaS company. It provides AI solutions, a workflow of a lot of B2B. When you B2B means a lot of business corporate companies like Apple, Walmart, Amazon, uh, all these companies use ServiceNow to really build their internal applications, how to do their business. My roles has been, I mean, throughout my career, I've been a program lead, I've been an architect, I've been a consultant, transformation consultant for a lot of big companies out here. So I'll share that. Uh, Today, I mean, I live in Santa Clara, California. I've been here for almost 15 years with my family here. And my hobbies are I play tennis, hiking, and cycling. I used to play cricket, but now I stopped playing cricket. It takes a lot of time. So now more into tennis. Yeah. Let me take you through my whole career. And why I'm taking you through my whole career, the reason is that I started just like you all in IGIT, and I went through the entire spectrum of the experience in the corporate, and now I'm based on Silicon Valley. I passed out in 2000 of IGIT. I mean, just before I think you all were born, so I'm a pretty old guy in that comparison. But the main highlight of me being in IGIT was that I was the first campus hire to Infosys. So before that, Infosys was not coming to the campus. This was first time, and I think six or seven of us got hired. Out of six, five were from engineering, one from MCA. So I was the first one to do that. And that was a very proud moment for me and a proud moment for IGIT for MCA branch because that's where we started doing more and more campus hires across the board. So went through that. Then I joined Infosys through campus, and I joined. There were around 300 folks joined with me at Infosys Bhubaneswar. Most of them came from very different companies, like somewhere from IITs, Roorkees, uh, Jadavpur, a lot of different places across the entire country, and we were one big group. At that point of time, Infosys total strength was 7 to 8,000 employees. So it was, though it was a very leading company in India at that point in time, but it was not a big like today. It's like 3 lakhs of I don't know how many people are there, but it was 7 to 8,000 people. And the great part is that being in IGIT, what really helped me was you might know Infosys. I don't know how they do it today or not. We went through this 3 months of training, and every 2 days there will be a test exam that you go and give. And the proud moment for me was that I came second in overall 3 months of exams out of 300 people from the country, and so which was very good and proud moment for me. From there, I joined as a Java developer at Infosys, and I was working mostly in the manufacturing industry. Then I worked on the investment banking industry like Deutsche Bank, Bear Stearns, New York Life Exchange, and and then I went to US for a few years uh, for really working for a customer called Pitney Bowes, building their application and solution, and became a project lead in like 4 years time. So started a developer, and 4 years I was a project lead for the entire program, and I was leading the entire uh, client relationship out in US. Then I joined Accenture in 2006. At that point of time, Accenture was also trying to establish its footprint in India. It was roughly 1,500 people at Accenture. In India, it was mostly a US-based company, and it was trying to set up a Salesforce practice. And I was the first person to really start this practice there. Uh, I started with 5 people, and I grew the practice to make it 250 people in 3 years. So I was leading the practice in Accenture Pune. From there, from Accenture, I came to the US. And what I was focusing on, I came to Silicon Valley or Bay Area, you can say it, near San Francisco, around 2010. Uh, the my focus at that point was to implement Salesforce.com for a lot of different technology companies. These companies were trying to transform their entire experience of the customers. Uh, and the company I worked with was VMware, Apple, Cisco. I did a lot of time at Cisco, HP, Symantec, a lot of different companies here that I was a consultant, and I was helping and guiding them and how to build their own solution on for customer experience. So did a lot of consulting work at there. Now I'm at ServiceNow for the last 5 years. I am the go-to-market technology leader. It means I lead the architecture team, end-to-end architecture team for ServiceNow on the go-to-market side. We focus on building applications for our sellers, salespeople, marketing people, our partners. So internal sales organization of around 7 to 8,000 people, and the whole application does a business of around $14 billion business. So that's what I'm focusing on. So I'll pause here before I go to the next section because I learned a lot here. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those. No questions?
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable journey experiences and the guidance with us. It was truly insightful and inspiring for us, for all of us. To begin with, I would like to invite Dipuna sir to please ask the first question.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for your session. And sir, my question is, how can a fresher get into a consulting role? Do companies hire freshers directly for consulting, or they provide any other entry level roles? Then they can switch to consulting role.
Yeah, I'll go through that. So wait, hold that question for a minute, okay, and I'll answer that.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Okay, so let me do this. I'll answer your question, Niku. But let me, before I go into question and answer on that, I just want to share with you the go-to-market. I'm in the go-to-market domain for last 15 years, and I'll tell you what is go-to-market is, why it matters, and what you should know about it. Okay, but before I go into go-to-market, anyone has a guess what is go-to-market means? Any guess?
Student, try to participate. Even if wrong answer, you can
Yeah.
share.
I'm not giving you marks. Don't worry, it's not going to ding you in your semester exams.
This is a platform where you can share your knowledge, and you can get the knowledge from your seniors. Na? You try to share your view. You are something, say something.
Good morning, sir. I was thinking the go-to-market is helps a platform to provide training to freshers to have the knowledge about the market or something like that.
Yeah, good point. It is one part of it, but let me tell you this. Okay, what does go-to-market means? Go-to-market means is that, let's say a company is building a product, right? A product can be anything. Can be phone. It can be any what you buy from Amazon and all, right? But once you build a product, you have to market it. Like you see ads on a TV, a newspaper, wherever place. You have to sell it, right? You have to have salespeople to go and sell it. You have to quote it. Now, when I say quote, it means for big, large companies, you say, okay, if I'm to buy 100 phone, what is the price of it? Right? You get discounts and other things. You place an order, right? You get the product shipped to you. It get delivered to you. You accept the product. Then companies start billing you, right? And then it will come for renewal. If it's like you buy a, let's say, Netflix subscription, after every month you renew it, or any other product. This whole process is called go-to-market. So the thing is that it's not about just building a product. You build a phone, but or you build some device, but someone has to buy from you, right? You have to increase your business, you increase your sales. Only you can earn money out of it, right? So this whole process is called go-to-market. So this is what I have focused on for the last 15 years. I build a solution for large companies like Apple. I help Apple to build how they can reach their Asia Pacific, like India, because they were earlier selling in US, but they reached out in selling in India. So how that entire solution or process worked. I helped HP to increase the business through their partner channels. When I mean partner means, have you seen in India is Chroma? You know Chroma, right? It's a when you go to Chroma, you walk into Chroma and you buy a laptop, which can be a HP laptop or a Dell laptop or a MacBook. Chroma doesn't build those laptops, but it sells for them behalf of HP, right? The whole solution to do that is called go-to-market. Like I'm selling from different channels. So those are things. It's called go-to-market switch. It's a very, I mean, it doesn't come up in the front picture, but think about large companies buying from other companies. If I give an example, I'll give an example. ServiceNow, which the company I work for, is 27,000 people, employees. Okay, we all use MacBook today. Okay, Apple MacBook. It means Apple is selling 20,000 laptops to ServiceNow, and so it's not like they go to a store and buy this 27,000 laptops. There is a whole different process, a solution, application to go through. They bulk buy, get different kind of discount. They go for different agreement. This is a very complex process. That is called go-to-market. Does it help?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So now let me go on to the next one. I want to share the changing shapes of go-to-market. So when I kind of started 10 to 15 years in go-to-market area, when it was company to company, and it's a process where more of the company was shipping hardwares or shipping products. Okay, and then they will go through renewal cycle. But that is changing very, very fast now. If you look at this is a technology shift. The consumers are on YouTube, Instagram, right? All of these places. Earlier, I don't know if you, I think you were born before I passed out, but we used to rent CDs and watch movies. If I take example of YouTube or Netflix, right? Now you can do all the free streaming. It's you get ads out there. So it's not about building the product and shipping it. It's about how you sell this product, how people, consumers can access these products. So that's a technology shift that we have to go and make, selling for large corporate companies. Customer expectation, like today you have Swiggy, Zomato, you can order it online, you expect it real-time tracking, you see from where it has been shipped from your restaurant and coming to your house. You can track it. If it's 30 minutes delay, you send a message to it. That was not there 5-10 years ago. So it's all changing. Now think about this. When large companies are buying products from other companies, they also want experience like Swiggy and Zomato and real fast. So Swiggy and Zomato is what? Swiggy and Zomato doesn't build, they don't, uh, they don't own any restaurants, or they don't own any products. They are the providers, and they are the go-to-market applications. Actually, they're just enabling this entire go-to process that I told you earlier, right? They market it, they sell it, and other companies can register that. So that is completely changing how the go-to-market is happening. Like Airbnb doesn't have its own product, doesn't own any hotels, but it's giving the solution experience to a customer. So they're very focused on experience, how the customer is expect, because if you don't give a right experience, customer will move on to something else. And AI is changing the entire thing completely. Now through AI, I can market, go to the different markets, I can reach different areas, I can give experience to my customers to really look at the product, which one they want to buy, which is we can do personalization, means based on your taste, based on your profile, it will show you the right products, you can buy it. Right? So that experience is changing. Now, why I'm telling all you this is that how does it matter to me, right? Why it matters to you guys is a go-to-market is a massive career opportunity, right? It's every company needs your architects, your developer, your engineers, and analysts to build the systems, because these are complex, large systems. And the important aspect I want to tell you is that it's not about technology only. You can be a great coder, you can be a great tester, you can write really great codes. But if you don't understand the business, and if you don't build solutions or code which really solves a business problem, the technology is not helpful. Right? So when you go and apply for a company or work for a company, you need to understand the business problem of the company, what you're building from, and then apply your technology on top of it. That's what I learned for last 20-25 years, that only technology takes you to certain extent in your career. But if you want to grow further, you need to understand the business. And really, if you, now the trend is changing for last 2 years, you need to know technology, you need to know domain, you need to know AI. AI means how artificial intelligence is changing this business, and this business models of the company all will change because of AI. All right. Any questions before I go to the next section? The next section, I'm going to talk about your career. So I think one of the who asked me a question, right? How do I go get job interviews? How do I build those skills? I talk about it, but in the go-to-market space, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer it. It's a very interesting and area. I'm very passionate about it. So if you have any questions, I can answer it.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, how to identify the target customer segment using the data? And what
Sorry,
is
could you
the
please repeat?
how to identify the target customers using your data? Yes.
Great question, actually. So we look at like for ServiceNow, we have entire team who works on targeting customers. What we look at is the business problem of a customer. Like you might see, I'm trying to find a good example I can tell you. So we look at, for example, I will give you one example here. Okay, let's say Apple is increasing its business. I've had take 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Apple was in US only, right? And Apple was targeting to increase its business in Asia Pacific, going to India, other places. Now, to really do that business, what our sales team understands, hey, Apple is doing that, it means it will require this application, these solutions to increase its business in this area. So then our sales teams goes and start talking to Apple stakeholders. We look at a lot of their business problem, come with a solution. But that is one example of it. Other example is that there's a lot of market data. There are a lot of application like DNB, Marketo. They do a market research and see what is a customer segment you can target, what is the profile look like, and all this data comes to the companies. So we get feeds of companies, this data, like millions of records, and say these are the target customers. So there's an entire system built to target those. I don't know if I answered a question, but there is various ways to do market research and we target those customers.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Okay, let me go to the building a future ready career. Okay, I went through this. I was in the same state when you all are in college, trying to figure out what should I do, what I need to get ready for getting into a job. If I tell you, the basic guiding principles have not changed for the last 25 years. Yes, the technology and skills have changed, but how to get a job is always remains the same. So I'll take you through this, right? So I think you will have these 3 questions, and tell me if you have separate questions, like how do I get a job? How do I clear interviews? And what should I learn to clear an interview? Does it resonate with you all? Okay, I'll tell you. What is very simple answers here. Okay, first is learn, learn, and learn. And learning never stops. Like I learn every day. If I tell you, I started my career as a Java developer in 2000 year. Then from Java, I went started working on Oracle. Then I started working on DB2. Then I worked on Salesforce.com. Then I worked on Hadoop. Then I worked on iOS and Android development. Then I worked on machine learning. Then I worked on Salesforce.com as a platform. Then ServiceNow. Right now, I'm focusing on AI, how to build AI solution for large companies. So it means every 2 to 3 years, the technology changes, the business changes, everything shifts. So if you are not learning and you're thinking what you learned is good enough, then you're not going to, because someone will outpace you. So you have to learn, keep on learning, reading, trying it out and things. Second part is building T-shaped skills. When I say T-shaped skills, right, what does it mean? Look at the letter T. The T means you go deep in one skills. One area you have to be very skillful, and you need to be the best in that, so that people can recognize you, saying that any skills, for example, if you play a cricket, right, you are good a batsman or a good a bowler, right? But you also need to be a horizontal skill. Horizontal skill means you need to know the business end to end. You might know one part of it, but you are expert in one part, but you need to end to end. So if in cricket you are a good batsman, but you should be a good fielder also, maybe a captain also. So you need to build all these additional skills on top of it. Right? Third part is communicate effectively, and this is very, very important. Part is communication. Nowadays communication becomes very critical. It's not about how much you know, it's about how you tell how you explain what you know in a very simple words, in a way that your interviewer or your company can understand you, understand your knowledge, understand your thought process, Because when you go and interview in a company, right, it's not about answering those 10 questions in a right way. There's no right and wrong answer. Okay. The answer is always, they look at, when I interview someone, I look at how is the person is articulating that answer. It means, one, he has thought through. Second thing is he's telling me in a very simple words. Third is that I can understand what he's saying. Because as you work in large companies, a lot of time you are in different locations. You join through, like I'm doing through Google Meet here, uh, and there will be 10 people on the call, and you're explaining something to them. And if they don't understand you clearly, they will move on to something else. So communicate, and this comes with practice. So I mean, when we were in college, we used to do it, but not that great. Like think like do role plays, right? One is a interviewee and one is interviewer. Take each other interviews, see how you're communicating, record yourself, make your language more crisp and clean, right? Read how people are doing it. So that's very important, because as you climb the ladder in the organization, your communication becomes very, very important. Okay. Fourth is show real work. See, reading books, reading some materials and giving an answer which is there in the books is great. But the interview very quickly will ask you what real work you've done. So I'll tell you an example. When I went to a campus interview, Infosys, I'm talking about 25 years back. Okay, I actually in the summer vacation time, I built an application there. I built an application for hotel management. It's a very simple application. I built it myself. I kind of built the experience, the whole business problem. So when I went to the interview asked me, okay, what you have done? I told him I built this application. Now, when I was telling the application to the interviewee, what he was judging me was that I'm thinking how I understand the business, how I understand the experience of the different people who will access the applications, how I've designed the solution. Is it scalable? Is it rightly built? And what technology I will use. So instead of giving an answer which comes from the book, if you do a real application or solution, then you can relate to that. And also talks about your work and challenges you faced also, because challenges makes it real. That because nothing is perfect. So the more you talk about the challenges, people know you have done something, you tried something, you learned from it, and how you learn from it. So these are 4 or 5 pillars. I know it says 5 pillar, but it shows 4. But, it's a typo. But these are the 4 things I would say you should focus on. I'll stop here. Any questions?
Okay.
Okay, no question. Then I'll go to the next one, and then I will open it for Q&A. This is my last slide. Okay. What are the various IT career paths are in demand today? And I'm talking at 1 to 5 years horizon. This will change if you go to more leadership roles. On the left-hand side, you can be a software engineer, you who are coding, building, testing, deploying applications. That is software engineer roles. Second is a data engineer and analyst. This is becoming very important because data is the most important aspect of every company. For example, I was working with HP. We had almost how many 300 billion records of their hardware components. So that much of data from various customers, talking about 20,000 customers, you have to analyze the data and say, okay, how is customer using this data? Which is my new market look like? Where do I sell more? A lot of analytics goes in this. So data engineers are also very, very in demand today. Now, business analyst, it will take few years for you to get to a business analyst. The business analyst is someone who understand the business function. If I look at Swiggy and Zomato, you get a lot of new features, right? You need new kind of experience there. These are the business analysts who research the market, talk to different users, and say this is how the new feature will look like or new application will look like. And they are between technology and business. They say, okay, This is what the customer wants. This is how the technology can do it. So this is the new feature that our developer should go and build. The QA and test engineers, it's not about manual testing. Okay, nowadays this manual testing is gone. It's about testing engineers. Means when I say test engineers who can write automation scripts, reliability scripts. Like for example, Amazon deploys its new code every day. Every week they deploy new code to the production. Talking about Amazon AWS service, so it has goes through the entire automation pipeline. Everything is tested, performance tested, scalability tested, security test, and then goes to production. So it has to be a pipeline to build. A lot of this cloud DevOps engineer roles are also in the market. Like you see this Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Azure, and all. These are all cloud solutions. So you need cloud engineers to build those infrastructure, CI/CD pipelines, scaling as new customer comes in, volume goes up, it can improve the performance in scaling, scale up, scale down kind of solution. Now there are a lot of roles in AI and ML engineers where you do a lot of modeling, prompts, build AI application, like do market research, do recommendations. All this comes into a machine learning based roles. And the last one is a Scrum Master. It might take a few years to get to there, but when you're running those projects, you need people who can organize the teams and build project plans, build coordinations, build delivery timeline, get everyone together, and what needs to be built, what, when, and who is going to build when it's going to get deployed. The entire planning and execution goes in the Scrum Master. And if I look at a technology in demand, see, I have seen listed must-have foundation. Like you need to learn a programming language, be it Python, Java, whatever you pick, right? But you need to be expert in language that you can build an application and you can understand an application. Cloud infrastructure is also very, very popular now. AWS, Azure, GCP, as I spoke about, because a lot of things are being deployed in cloud. Data engineers, like you need to know database, analytics, machine learning, like analytics tools like Power BI, Snowflake. There are so many analytics tools that are very prevalent in the market. Should learn one of the databases. These are enterprise platform like ServiceNow, Salesforce. These are no code, low code kind of a platform that you can configure an application and build an application in a few days. So they provide you the entire UI, provide the business logic, the database. You just configure it, write some script, and application up and running in no time. So they go to the market very, very quickly. And the last is the AI, like your agentic AI, your MCP. Like your agentic AI is to automate any action. For example, I have to submit an order. I have to send an email. I can say agentic AI, go and send the emails to all my customer. Their contract is coming up for renewals. So the agentic AI will take care of it. MCP models we use a lot. I'm working on it right now. That there will be a lot of application within in the company, like Snowflake will be there, Dynamics will be there, or some Java application there. This AI solution that you build is going to connect to all these applications. So MCP becomes one of the technology that we use to connect all these AIs. Okay, I went a bit fast. The reason was that I want to leave some time for you to ask me questions. I'll just take this slide again. I think I spoke through that. When you interview, go for any interview, don't bluff. If they say you don't know, you say I don't know. I'll find out. Okay, because they want to see how real you are, authentic you are. As I mentioned, you talk about your real knowledge and experience, showcase your real work. Ask curious questions. Now, this is very important point. When you're interviewing for a company, you should know the role, know the company, know the business of the company. See, when you go for an interview, someone say, okay, do you have any questions? I judge people based on the type of question they ask me. It means how much prepared they are. If they are not prepared to ask me questions, I say it means this person has not done his homework to apply for this role, and I don't select that person. So if we ask very important question that is makes me think before giving an answer, I know this person has done the homework. He is excited to do this work. He is very serious about this role. So do your homework when you go and do any company. And attitude and communication is the topmost thing. You show attitude that you are ready to learn, you ready to stretch yourself, ready to articulate, ready to kind of learn new things and communicate effectively. These four things are very important. When I look at do interviews, and I interview people who have 20 years experience, 25 years experience. So those kind of people I interview. I've interviewed a lot of freshers also. When I interview a fresher, I do look at two things: attitude, how much he learn, how he's able to showcase his work. Is it not only book knowledge? Has he done something on paper? Okay. Now I've done with my slides. I will leave it to you guys to ask many questions, and I'll stop sharing so that I can see you guys.
Hello.
Yes, Ashutosh, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, in this timeline, the AI is decreasing the human dependency upon the different technologies. Before, 8 people were needed to complete a work. Now it can be completed using 1 to 2. Or the technology is being less human dependent and more AI dependent. So, what technology should I learn as a fresher to stand out in this changing scenario?
See, one thing is that yeah, AI is helping, but the core foundation would not go away. Okay, AI will make things better, but you see what does AI can help you to write code faster, but you still need those applications. Like your Swiggy and Zomato will not go away, right? You still need to build that application. You might do earlier you used to do in 10 days, you might do in 2 days. So understanding a technology, and a lot of time we are seeing also when AI kind of writes those code, it's not perfect. Someone human has to go and look at it and see it is right, and then make it right. So foundation things, your technology, your language, you have to learn it, okay, and then apply on top of AI. Now, what you have to learn is that how I can apply to make things faster. Okay, so that's very important. And we are calling as AI native, means use your AI. There are two ways of looking at AI. One way of looking at AI is that how can I use AI to speed up my work? It means I can, if I was writing a code which used to take me 5 days, using AI I can do in 2 days. Okay, that is one part of it. So you can use the lot of different products like ChatGPT or Claude, and those are things that you can use it. Other part is that understand how AI technology works. Okay, like when I'm going to build an agent, AI, agentic AI, how does the agent works, and what all the function and feature agent should have, and how can make it to execute a business process. Right? So those are the areas that you should go and look. Like think about agentic AI, understand the technology, agentic AI, where I can apply agentic AI. Those kind of things you can go and learn. Did it answer your question, Ashutosh?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Good morning,
else?
sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, basically, I want to ask, as a fresher, the first step of the company is to select the resume, I guess. And what a fresher must have in the resume so that it increases the chance of being shortlisted, or is there any particular technology or something like that?
Great question. Okay. See, I'll give you one example. I opened a role of a solution architect like 6 months ago, and I received 2,000 resume for one role. Okay, so I don't have time to go and read all 2,000 resumes. Okay, What I did was I scanned the resume very, very quickly. So don't think about writing long resume. Your first two sections of your resume will be very impressive. Okay, that is one. Second thing is you should change your resume based on the role you're applying. Okay, so if you're applying your role for a Java role, then change your resume and say highlights Java kind of experience on the top first four section. And if you're applying for, let's say, Salesforce or something else, then you should change that. It's very important the role that you're applying showcase your experience. The second part is that if you ask someone to look at your resume, why would they pick your resume? What is impressive about your resume? So tell your story. Have you done some kind of a training, or have you done some kind of application? Have you done something which will help them to pause and look at your resume? So don't like a very static resume. Hey, I've done this. Don't make it very standard. Make it impressive. And people read for 30 seconds. No one reads your resume more than 30 seconds. So they should know, understand what you bring to table. And it's not about only technology skills. If you have done some extracurricular activities, or one done something else, it's also add to a resume, because it tells you the person. It's, see, when you look at a resume, we look at person, the experience and technology he knows it, but is also what kind of person he is. Will he fit into my organization? Will we bring the right attitude? So if someone has done some kind of a other activities, it showcase a well-rounded person is, put it in a resume. Did that answer?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Hello, sir.
Any other question?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, my question is that to stand out our resume, we should have to showcase our real work and experience. For that, we have to build different kind of projects. So, can you say that how what kind of things we should most put in a project to so to stand out in this market, and how can we use the AI models? You say that AI model we can integrate, and how type of AI models we can integrate in it?
See, nowadays AI can help you to build projects. Okay, so
Yes.
take any business problem, anything that maybe you can build for IGIT itself. Talk to your professors and then see what problems they have, what application they need, or make it real, right? Or you can take any hypothetical business problem, and there's a lot many, right? Like I built one for hotel management. Okay,
Okay.
like I'm talking about 25 years ago. Like, how does a hotel, a small size business, uh, see, my storyline was this. See, you have to tell a story also. It's not about building application. They said, okay, when I built the hotel management solution 25 years ago, they said, okay, why do you do this? I said, okay, see, there's so many small hotels in Bhubaneswar and all. They cannot buy expensive softwares to really do the hotel management, like their check-in, check-out, uh, putting ads on the internet, putting it, like there's so many applications like booking.com and all. They can't do it. So I can build an application for them, and they can use my application, and they can pay me as a subscription fees. I'll manage the application for them. I'll put their ads for it, and they pay me a minimum amount to that. So building one application, let's say it takes you 1 lakh rupees. I'm just throwing a number here, but I can go to 10 different hotels and say use my application, and I'll charge you 10,000 rupees per person per hotel. Now it's cheap for them, right? And then you can use it. And so I told them that this was my business model. And for these small hotels, they need this 5-10 features. And I built the prototypes. See, I didn't sell it to any hotel. Okay, first of all, it was my story. But then said, this is how I approached it. This is the feature because they need marketing, they need check-in, check-out, they need some payment system that it can integrate with a credit card solution, right? That you can pay through a credit card. It can handle some of the maintenance work if the maintenance is in the five features. So what I'm trying to tell you is that pick any business problem that you see around you, or think there are a lot of ideas in the market. Just pick it up, build something, tell your story. It has to be storytelling. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And
Sir,
you asked about AI, right? Then you can add
yeah,
AI on top of it also, saying
yes,
that
sir. Yes, sir.
by using AI, I was able to automate this process. Or using AI when customers were asking this question. Let's say a customer has is trying to book things and book a room, but he's having some problem with his credit card or something. Now, there's one way of doing it is that someone sitting on a desk and phone, he calls a phone number and say, help me with this processing. But you can also say, I can have an AI agent. When a customer asking for a query, the agent can answer this question and also take action on him, book on his behalf, process the credit card. So those are the AI use cases that you can use.
Okay, sir. Sir, one other question is that what is your opinion about vibe coding? One of my friend, he does not know Kotlin, Java, but still he build a complete Android application, fully functional with a prompt.
Yeah, you can do that. See, it's no problem. Right now, when we started, there was very few technologies in the market like Java, uh, .NET, and so on. But now the technologies landscape has changed tremendously, right? Uh, and you can use those kind of technologies to go and build this, or prompt coding also to build it. Right? This is not a problem. But you have to showcase that you can go and build applications.
But sir, my problem is that sometimes it is hard to figure out some errors or some changes in the code. So to how to how to figure out that where is the problem and where is the error in AI generated code?
So that is the reason I was telling you earlier, right? You cannot rely on AI entirely.
Yes.
You have to learn the foundations. You should know the language. You should know the code. So if the error comes, then you can yourself fix it. You don't have to rely on AI. AI will expedite it, make it more productive. But if you don't know the code, and let's say tomorrow the code fails, then you are responsible, not AI.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Hello. Sir, is Snowflake is a good career opportunity, and also what cloud platform and data stack your team use, and what the core skill you recommend I focus as a beginner for preparing these roles, sub roles.
Okay. I think you asked a few questions, Padal. One was Snowflake. Snowflake is a very popular tool or database nowadays. Is a cloud database. So earlier we used to have database in company used to host it themselves, like Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server. Now Snowflake is a cloud-based database, and it can handle millions and trillions of data. Okay. You can build various different tables, models, schemas. What we do today here is that we do machine learning, analytics, recommendations, insights using Snowflake. So it's a great tool. Good, I would say, career opportunity there. Uh, get some core skills on the Snowflake would be very helpful. So I would say pick the area that you are interested in and you want to progress on it. Like database can be one thing, Snowflake can be one area. A lot of folks spend time on Salesforce.com learning those applications. I did Salesforce for 15 years, Java, and so you can pick any technology or different products, but build expertise on that. That is one. Second thing, you asked me about the cloud stuff solution, right? One is that ServiceNow, the company I work for, itself a cloud company. Okay. So we sell cloud solution to our customers. We also use AWS. We use mostly Microsoft Azure Cloud in our company. And what was the third question? I forgot.
So what is the core technology I should learn as a beginner for
Pick any
the
technology. There's a lot in the market. Okay. I think Python is very, very popular. I think every AI solution are being used, being built in Python. So learn Python, learn Java, because it's core foundation of it. Pick any product like Snowflake or Salesforce or Microsoft or Azure or AWS. Pick any other things that you can learn. Those are things you can pick and learn. But pick one that and be expert in that.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
So my
Yes. Go ahead.
question, my question is related to something like you started, you starting talking about in early of the session GTM, which is go to market. So, which means you told about the a plan to introduce a product and reach customers successfully.
Mhm.
Like, how can a fresher start learning go to market strategy with no experiences like me? Can you can you
Yeah,
elaborate
yeah.
these things?
Yeah, there's a very easy nowadays there are a lot many tools, right? Go to YouTube, search for go to market, or if you use ChatGPT and all, uh, search that. Simple go to market, pick few companies, right? Like Apple, Airbnb is a great example of go to market because they just do go to market. They don't know anything else. They don't have their own products. So go to YouTube, go to ChatGPT. They have a lot of different videos. A lot of people have. If you go and search for go-to-market business models, you will find a lot of them. If you need help, I can help you guys. Send you some links. Go and read. Let me know. I can do that.
Yes, sir. You can send us link if you have anything related to
Sure. I
like
can find and
GTM.
send it to you.
And so answer my another question is you are in California, the IT hub of the world. Like big tech companies are there, and all the companies like service based to product based everything. So my question is, as a beginner, like I just started learning about AI and like not I'm not talking about development, but I'm much more interested towards AI rather than development. So what should I do that here in IGIT most of the companies are come for developers, not for the freshers AI, those who are in LLMs, but building LLMs, they are not picking those kind of students. They are picking like if you know the Java in depth, Spring Boot or something like development related, front end, back end, full stack, and all the things.
Mhm.
So, what do you advise to me? Because I'm learning like AI. I'm not. I'm not like interested in development, and I'm not interested in like in front end or something. So, what should I do? So, you tell me in related
So
to
when
this.
you say you are interested in AI, what are you are interested in?
So
You answer it first.
I just want to build a model, like I just different type of models and a kind of solutions. So like I just want to build a chat GPT like things, so it can provide solution to the people. Like it may be a Twitter bot that can teach student from class 1 to 5. They can ask their question related to the syllabus, and they can ask easily they get the solution. In I'm from Odisha, so here most of the there is no AI like some student in school level they don't know how to use chat GPT. Even even they don't have even that kind of knowledge about that. So I just want to build a simple kind of LLM models they can use in local language and all the things. my vision is like that. So
Yeah, so it's a great idea actually what you have, and you should pursue that idea for sure. So when you kind of do this right, a lot of companies I am seeing in Silicon Valley and tech hubs are taking these AI tools and building application on top of it. Okay. Now you might need some kind of a coding on that, but you are kind of primarily using this LLM models. Okay. And building application, it's more like you build your prompts in cloud. You have skills and projects. You can train them, your LLM, to build application, but you might end up writing some code as well. See, I don't know the details of your project, but you need to have a combination of it, right? Just you can ask ChatGPT or Claude to help you build those application. But I'm seeing a lot of in this Silicon Valley, like one application we use is when we talk to business users, we either have a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet meeting or some app phone discussion. There are a lot of AI tools that we use. Will be join as a additional participant in these meetings. It will record the meeting. It will take the transcript. It will design the business model. It will create a business process thing and document it and send it out. So those are the AI tools folks are building using those LLM models. Now what they're doing is they're writing Python scripts on top of it. They're writing some prompt engineering on that. They're creating some projects into that to really those very specific kind of output that you need. So you have to use LLM and then generate your outputs. Okay? So you might have to do some kind of a coding there, but you can always do that, those applications.
yes, sir, I understand what you say. Thank you, sir.
Good. You're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, my question is, I can see there are many AI integrations, many automation script integration and marketing there. So my question is, as I am a malware analyst or cybersecurity person, how can I purely understand, purely overcome this? So my question is like, how can we purely depend on the automation and AI, ML, AML languages? There are many instances that can be failed. All automation are all processes. So how can I process it?
Yes, great question. In fact, I'm working on a architecture right now. Me and my team are working on it for ServiceNow in next week or so. The most important aspect our business are asking is their security. See, I'll give you one example. If I'm selling, let's say, let me give a good example here. Apple and Google are competitors, right? Apple, you have Apple phone, you have Google Android phones, right? And if Apple is targeting certain customers to go and sell those phones for like big companies, and if AI, you're sending this data to AI, and somehow get leaks and exposed, and then same AI tool, let's say ChatGPT, be used by both those companies, it get exposed, then it's a big problem, right? That is one thing. Second thing is within the company itself. If I take example like one employee should not see the pay slip of another employee, right? Your salary is confidential information, cannot be shared. So all this data you're feeding into the AI thing, then it will become a confidential security issue. If you automate something and suddenly AI is sending emails and it sends wrong email to a customer and send, so for example, I'm building a product, I have a cost price of a product, let's say it's $1,000. I'm selling to a customer at $1,500. Somehow AI sends the wrong number and says that, hey, the cost price is this, selling price is this. So all this data exposure will happen, which will be very bad for the company. So what we are doing is we are building multi-layer architecture. When a multi-layer architecture means only data that is secured and allowed for AI is only fed into the AI tools at LLM. There is one. Second thing is, if AI is taking an action, there's a checks and balances. We are building this integration, saying that only a valid set of actions that AI can take, other actions is not allowed. So we restrict it. And the third part is that any confidential information is not shared with AI. Right now, we're not sharing it. Still, there's a lack of trust in AI to do that. And we are working directly with the companies like OpenAI, Claude, to build that feature in their application as we start using it more and more. So I would say every company is very early stages of exposing those data, though it's looking very fascinating right now. But as a large companies, only the use cases that has less risk, less data security risk, only those use cases are being done by AI. High risk we have not done yet, because we have to prove that there is no chance of a data leakage.
So my another question is, as a freshers in a malware analyst or cybersecurity or web penetration testings, how can I get in the company? Like there is mentioned that like required some 5 year, 2 years experience, but I am now in freshers. I have no experience, but I can only read some books, do some labs, set up some labs, do real world problem like malwares analysis. I can do that. Sir, how can I overcome this? There are
So let me
mentioned
ask
that.
you a question. Why do you want to go to cyber security, first of all?
Sir, I'm just fascinated, sir. So I want to just dive into it.
Okay. See, first of all, I will tell you this. When you get to the company as a fresher, you don't have many choices. Okay? You have to go and do what they ask you to do first. The first year and so, first 1 year. You cannot say, I'm going to go and do cyber security. I'm going to go do and do AI tomorrow. And that's not going to happen. Okay. You go to a company. That's why you need to learn the core skills. Either if you're MCA and if you don't know technology, most likely you will not get selected. Okay. You have to know a technology, get through a job first, spend 1 year proving yourself that you're good enough, that you have the right skill, right attitude, you are the fast learner, you are the top performer of the company. Once you know you do that, then you can say, I want to go to cybersecurity. I want to go to AI. I want to do machine learning. First 2 years, you have to prove yourself. Okay. Otherwise, no one going to give you cybersecurity until you prove yourself.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I
Good
am a
morning.
full stack developer and now I want to learn DevOps and cloud. So my question was, sir, uh, what is the right time after the development to start transitioning into DevOps or cloud? As a currently I am a full stack developer and building web applications.
There's no right or wrong time. You should do it right now. See, we do the full stack development and then we use DevOps pipeline to deploy into QA environment, testing environment,
Yes,
UAT
sir.
environment, production environment, right? So go and learn end to end, because I think that's a great skill. If you say I can do full stack development, I can also do DevOps, that's a great
Yes,
advantage
sir.
you have.
Okay, sir. Sir, another question was, as you already say, AI can used in everywhere. So, how much and what part of AI we must learn to start integrating the AI or use the AI to building application in development side?
You don't have to learn AI that much. In our company, we are using a software called Windsurf. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Windsurf is using the a lot of developers are using Windsurf to really generate those codes, and then once you get the code generated, you can deploy it to production. So it's using right now. I would say focus more on using the tools and also learning the basics of AI, like your LLM, your agentic, your MCP. Uh, but learning that is fine at the high level is fine. Start using some tools to showcase that you can use tools to improve your productivity and the quality of the work you're doing.
Sir, sir, another question was, in DevOps or operation line in deployment side, are the companies using AI like to deploy codes or to do things? Okay, sir.
Yes. Yeah, we're doing it. So companies like Netflix, they deploy code every day. Company
Yes.
like AWS, they deploy it 3 times a day. Okay. It means
Yes.
they're using AI to, one is to quality test it, right? Second is to do all the scenarios, various scenarios to test this code, it working on that. And third is that to deploy it in production, to quality test, roll out to them. So a lot of companies are using AI to do that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, any other questions? We have past 12 minutes, but I hope this was helpful for you all. I don't know what level you wanted to go. I just share my experience. I'm happy to answer any questions. If anything, you can ping me and happy to chat with you, guide you. But I'll leave
Hello,
it
sir.
back to you.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
A general question that what is the difference between a Indian developer and a outside developer? How think outside developer, how think they're writing code and how efficient they are, how how they are different from Indian developer.
Okay, good question actually. I don't know how to answer that question to you, but I have worked with Indian developers. I've worked with Philippines. I've worked with Russian developer, Israeli, Latvian, US, Canadian, and so on. Now, what is the difference? You asked me an honest answer here, Haresh, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you the honest answer. First of all, Indian developers are very, very hardworking. Okay, if you give them a problem and give them a work, Indian developers or Indian people, folks will stay late night, late evening, midnight to complete the work, and they'll take accountability to that. Okay, I was working with Latvian developers. At 6 o'clock in the evening, they will say, "My time is up. I'm going home. I'm done." If the work is remaining, they will, but they will close their laptop and go home. That's how their culture is. Our culture is to get work hard. But the difference is this. What I saw was some of our folks to do a development for Indian developer. And see, I'm not trying to be racist here, okay? But I've seen the trend is that it used to take something which used to take 10 hours to one of the developers from India in Bangalore. The same work the Latvian guy was doing in 6 hours. Now he can go home early, right? The difference was that is that they were. What I see is a trend is that we take a lot of breaks, like tea break, lunch break, all these breaks, and then go for a chai or a cigarette or whatever. Right? Come back after 1 hour or 2 hours and do the work. So that elongates the time. Right? Whereas these guys come, work, go home. They eat at their desk or take 15 minutes of things. I'm not saying good and bad on that. Those bad do it. Second thing is, see what I see a difference between a US developer and some other part of the country like India or European countries is communications becomes very important. Okay, American developer will be much more communicating and will say, okay, I'm going to do this. This is my problem. If they have a problem, they'll ask you, come and ask you 20 times. I have a problem. Tell me. But say in India, I see a lot of people say not asking the questions, assuming or fear of asking questions. Don't be fearful. Go and ask your questions. You don't know something, you don't know something. Until you don't get the answer, keep on asking. Okay, or you find the answer. So that's what I would say. That's a difference. And then learn faster and smarter. I think there are a lot of great developers that come from India, I would say. But sometimes our lack, and especially from folks I see I came from IGIT as well, we are hesitate, we are fearful to ask questions. That slows us down.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I think I'm going to wrap this up now.
Sir,
Any
could you
last
please
questions?
address my earlier question regarding consulting career?
Oh, it's different. Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed it. So what kind of consulting you're referring to?
I don't know about consulting, but I'm interested in to get into consulting career. So want to learn about how it works.
Yeah, so I went into consulting at Accenture. Consulting careers, like if you want to do consulting, right, join companies like Accenture, Deloitte, KPMG. These are big consulting companies. When you say consulting, right, it's more like there will be a lot of, you will specialize in a particular industry. Be it go to market, go to finance, go to e-commerce. You have to learn the business model in those consulting, in those particular industry. Because in consulting also, when I was Accenture, there were different verticals. There was technology companies, there will be finance companies, they all belong to us. So you have to take one of the areas and understand the business, understand the prevalent the products or technology being used. Because our financial companies like your banking and all will use different technology and products as compared to companies like e-commerce. Like finance companies use SAP a lot, right? Whereas e-commerce, we also use SAP, but they use different products. Second is that as you go to consulting, right, you have to understand what is the different companies do. So if you pick one industry and say, let's say banking, then you need to understand what ICC banks do, what State Bank of India do, what the international companies banks do, Bank of America do, and see what are the common business problems they have, and you become expert in those different companies. And then when you go to a customer, when you go to, let's say, ICC Bank, you can say, hey, by the way, Bank of America does the business this way. This company does the business this way. This is the application they use. So you have to become expert in that. And if you go and join this consulting company, you will start as an analyst. Like you will become a junior most person in part of a team, and this team will go and talk to different customer, understand the business, and develop solution, deliver programs. So as you start as an analyst, you learn as a junior person, and then you start growing and becoming a more senior person. You start leading the team. You start talking to the customer directly. You start advising the customer.
Okay,
So that's
sir.
how it works.
Okay, sir. So my another question is, how much important is problem solving, and also as a fresher, who is certification should it do so that recruiters actually consider?
Certification is very important. Like certification is very good. I'm not good in that, but certification tells you that you have done the work, you have done the quality thing, right? And you have seriously appeared for exam and something you can stand by, right? Certification is important. Problem solving is number one, right? Because skills, but you also see when they ask you a question in interview, what they're asking a problem solving skill. Here is the problem, technically how you solve it. And there is no right and wrong answer. It always how you approach that answer is important. So problem solving is number one, and certification definitely helps.
Sir, when I solve problems, I often forget that approach that I have done before. So how can we retain that problem solving techniques and improve our problem solving for long-term understanding?
Okay, can you repeat your question? Like explain me a little bit more, and let me try to understand what you're trying to say.
So currently I'm doing DSA, so I do the problem solvings. So I often forget that approach that I have done before. So how can I learn in a technique so that can I for long term understanding?
Okay, it's a difficult question. I'm trying to answer it here. Write it down, right? Write it down. How you remember your approaches to done. You have to write it. I don't have a good answer for this. Dependable. If you forget
Brijesh, can
something,
I help you as a teacher?
yeah. Go ahead, Srini, sir.
it is a best suitable question for the when any kind of the teacher. So I think I can approach these questions. So students, you're not trying to remember all the things, but you are exercise your brain, exercise your intelligence for a particular problems. Okay, automatically it is not important to remember all the things. It is important to exercise your brain and the intelligence for your specific problems. Okay, so basic fundamental thing you just remember. You just formula you can remember, and don't try to remember this doing the problems. What are the problems? This time I supposed to complete in one methods, and for next times I may be complete the job in the other methods. So that may be vary from time to time, from the situation to situation, from the context to context. Okay, so you always try to remember the basic things, basic formula, and then you implement in your problem and try to do your job. Am I right, Brijesh?
Yes, it's universal. It's fundamental, right? You start one step at a time. If you 10 step, you step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then only you get there. So the way I will give you,
Thank you, sir.
Now I understand, Srini, what you're saying. See, when I have to do some big architecture, big work here, what I do is I break it down to 10 parts. Okay. This 10 things I have to go and do. Then I focus on one thing at a time to get to the 10 part. Then everything comes together. If you start to remember all 10 things, I will forget.
Yes. Deepana, you can understand this Brijesh answer.
Yes, sir.
What he told just now, that is the best example. I just give the theoretical approaches, and he placed the example. So you can correlate my answer and his sentence. Okay, so you
Okay,
can
sir.
get this answer.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All
Sir,
right.
I want to know how did you manage your time during your learning phase? And
First of all, the learning phase never ends. Okay, it's every time goes on. In fact,
sir,
today
now we
also,
have total of 7 to 8 months, so we have to study aptitude part, DSA part, then we have to study development, also have to build projects also. You have to manage semester also. So how can we manage all this stuff? So
I'll give you one example. Okay, this is just a beginning of your work. So I lead a large team, and I talk to global. So look at this way. My meeting starts at 7 a.m. every morning. And my meetings have 30 minutes, 1 hour meeting during the day, like one meeting slot. And I come generally I have 7 to 8 meetings. So I start 7 a.m. By the time I finish my meeting is 6 p.m. Okay, I get 15-20 minutes break in between to have my lunch or something. So I'm meetings on that. Now once my meeting is done, I have to do my own work that is my pending, which is another 2-3 hours. Then I have to drive to office or come to office, go home and do that. Okay, so if you look at my 12 to 13 hours or 14 hours are gone. That is just pure work. I have to find time to learn also, because AI is changing so fast, business models are changing so fast, what is industries are doing so fast. I read. What I do is I block 1 hour, and then another thing, I also go to gym. Every day I go to gym for 1 hour. Okay? And then I read for 1 hour. It means so I finish my work by 6, like office 6, 7, 6:30. So my day starts at 5 a.m. I wake up at 5. I work for 5 to 7, 2 hours. I focus on what important thing is to be done. Then I start meeting start at 7. The meeting ends at 6. At 6 to 7, I go to gym. Then I go home, have my dinner. Then 8 to 10 I go and read. Something I'll read. Be it politics, be it news, be it AI, be it something I need. So what I'm trying to tell is that even after working 25 years in industry, my learning cannot stop. So you have to find time. So two things I've realized. One, I have to find time to read, and I find time to exercise. So these two things is there for me every day. Okay. So you have to find time. There's no, there's no, I would say, silver pill that you can go and solve.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for helpful guidance.
Sure, anytime.
The student leave him because it is our daytime, but the time is late night for him.
No,
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
enjoying this questions for sure. Hope this was helpful for everyone. I have tried to keep it very high level.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you very
sir.
much.
On behalf of all
Thank you.
HCA students.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you for this amazing session. Thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you all the best. I'm very proud of IGITians, and I have a soft corner for the IGIT as well. So if you guys need any help or anything, a question, don't hesitate. Badal has my number, or you can ping me on LinkedIn. I will try to respond. I'll see you in the corporate world very soon. I would like to see you and meet you all in the corporate world. Okay. So all the best, and take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Take care, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.